and it is my pleasure to introduce you to today's keynote speaker, Christian Morales, Intel Vice President and General Manager of Intel Europe, Middle East and Africa, who will speak today about our strategy in mobile area. Christian, please join us.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My great pleasure to be here. Thank you, Pavel, for the introduction. And it's a great pleasure to be at IFA. We've been here for, associated with them, working with them, and present in this event for many, many years. And I guess it's great after vacations to have this reigniting event on new technologies, new devices, and new experiences that the users will be able to acquire in the forthcoming months. I wanted to cover for the introduction today, first of all, what is the Intel vision we have for this decade? And what we are doing is creating, extending, and keeping on developing computing technology that will connect and enrich the lives of every person on Earth. And it goes through a variety of experiences, from education to entertaining to work to social networks. You can see here also one of the pictures, which is also the backbone of the internet technologies that you need, the infrastructure that you need to support the growth of the internet around the world. And this goes through a variety of devices, and we're going to be talking more about this afternoon. If we look at the journey of technology in the last 50 years, the 60s were about the number crunching, so you will have the computers just doing computing, and you will basically have in a room like the one we are today here, a huge computer with a lot of different CPUs of the technology of the time. And this kind of power that you will have in a room like this is basically today integrated in a smartphone, and we're going to see a very, very powerful and performant smartphone introduced a bit later this afternoon. In the 80s to the 90s, it was about productivity, using the computers, using the servers to bring productivity around the world. In the 2000s, it was about the internet, and there we saw that connectivity was really important, that people would get access to rich content around to the internet, and we saw a tremendous evolution, innovation, and breakthroughs that took place during that decade. And today it's all about ubiquity. Any device that you touch, a lot of environments you go through during your day, for example, be it taking a train, taking a plane, taking a car, taking even a motorcycle or even a bicycle in some cases now. All of those devices use computing technology, a lot of computing technology. And what is a common denominator of, and the trend we are seeing in terms of what you do with this computing technology, it is to provide user interfaces that provides you the same kind of experience regardless of the device you're using, be it a tablet, be it a smartphone, be it a computer, be it an interface in a car, an interface in your home environment, or in a public area. And what is really important is that today the users are, the user experience is what is maturing the most. And for this, you need a smart technology, you need a smart performance, you need a great technology, and you also need a lot of privacy and security in the devices that you are using. How is it that we connect today? Well, it's how we stay connected, and be it getting news and information that we like to get access to, staying in touch with our co-workers, our team workers, or with our family. The primary way to get news today and information is through a PC, and 70% of them have friends as managers or co-workers. And if you look at Facebook, for example, 70% have a friended manager or a co-worker on Facebook. The technology actually brings their family closer together. And when you are traveling, you certainly use the technology more than ever to stay connected with the home, be it with your family members, the kids, parents, or etc. You can do affordable calls, you can do affordable video conferences with them using this technology, and you can share content. Last night, for example, I was just looking at, I just received some notes that some new pictures had been posted on Facebook from the network, from my social network, and some of them were from my kid. I didn't know he was windsurfing right now. I thought he was working, he was windsurfing. So I started looking at them. I did put some likes because I did like them, and I got a call from him, and I thought, well, I didn't know you were in that place. I thought you were in another place doing something else. So there are things that are quite interesting you can be getting in terms of experiences there. Every day there are 50 million tweets that are sent, about 100 million photos that are uploaded to Facebook, 2 billion videos that are watched online. If you look at some of the numbers here of what is happening on a daily basis on the internet, you have 500 million shares of content on Facebook, 330 million photos that are uploaded. You have 86,000 hours of video uploaded, and you have 100 million hours of video that are watched on a daily basis. And this is basically creating an exabyte of internet traffic per day. Exabyte, which is a lot of zeros, I won't go into the details there, but it's just an incredible amount of data and rich content that is uploaded to the internet. And the mobile traffic, which is quite interesting, is that the mobile traffic, because a lot of this traffic until now was taking place through a wired traffic, but most of the growth of those transactions are now taking place through the mobile traffic, and this one is growing at a rate which is 3 times faster than the fixed internet traffic, and we're going to see most of the traffic in some years from now that will be taking place in a wireless way. If we look at the evolution of the personal computing and how many people are being reached around the world, and this is why we have this vision to keep on bringing new technologies, new experiences to additional users around the world. In the 80s and 90s, circa 1995, you had less than 100 million people that were using technology around the world. If you look at circa 2005, there was about 1 billion people that was accessing the internet. And if you look at what's going to be happening in 2015, and today we're in an environment where 200 to 300 million people, additional people, are accessing the internet around the world. And another 100 million or so is starting to use devices that are connected to the internet, like the new car generation that are being introduced as we speak. They are connected to the internet, so you have a lot of interaction going on while you are driving, communicating or getting access to rich content, whether it's you when you drive or the other people in the car. And the forecast by 2015 is that over 10 billion people, over 10 billion devices will be connected to the internet, which means that a lot of people in the world will have several devices that they will be using to get connected one way or the other to the internet, and they will be having experiences and sharing content, or they will be using devices that will be connected to get updated on data that are needed to perform the tasks at this stage. So we're going to be looking at some devices today, and we will start with the Ultrabook, and for this I will be inviting here on stage Hans-Jürgen Werner, who is the Director of Client Product Marketing for Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So please join me in welcoming Hans-Jürgen here. Hans, the floor is yours.
The most important clicker. Yeah, thank you very much. I have now the pleasure to talk about the real exciting stuff. The real exciting stuff. Nothing against you, but now it's getting fun. But before we move into fun, what we did is, we looked at the way people are motivated to purchase or motivated to use devices, electronic devices, and if there could be computing devices, whatever devices. And what we found is, if you go back 5-10 years, people were selecting devices very much on specifications. Now, you can apply that to cameras, you can apply that to computers, you can apply that to many devices. What we learned over time is people have now purchased several devices and they learned what they want to do with them. They have very clear expectations what that device should get them. They have a very clear expectation of what a good computing experience is. And that means we have to look into what do people want to do with that one. They want to have a responsive system. That means they want to have a system that is there immediately. They want to have it in whatever form factor. Small, very small, even smaller. So it should last very long. It should have connectivity. It should be secure. And by the way, it should be affordable. So what is the bottom line? They want it all. They want it all in one piece. And of course, if I ask myself as a consumer, yes, I want it all. So that puts a major challenge to a company like Intel because we have to translate that into something that is called a processor or adjacent technologies to a processor. Our response to that one is the third generation core processors from Intel. And they have one leading technology element in there that's called the Tri-Gate, besides the factor that this is super small in 22 nanometers. So should I dive now into 22 nanometers and Tri-Gate? Better not, I guess. The transistors are the switches, like a switch on a processor, on a microprocessor, and usually you have, today's processors have 1 billion of these switches on a piece of silicon that is the size of my thumbnail. But what is tiny? Because these are the tiny parts. Tiny, to give another idea of what that means, is if you put on the head of a needle transistors, you can squeeze 100 million transistors on that top of that needle. And it's a small needle, very small. Then they should be as well fast, and they should not consume energy, best case. What is fast? Fast? These transistors can switch in a second 100 billion times, on and off, 100 billion times in 1 second. To put that into relation, imagine you are in front of a light switch and you switch it on and off. You would do that as well, 100 billion times. It would take you up to 2,000 years. A pretty long task. Either you have a big family so that you can finish that task, or you have to find a solution for that. And if you then combine these switches in a sensible way, so that they can do something sensible, you get to things like 2 times media performance or graphics performance. And that's what we did. You get to things that you have lower energy consumption, but at the same time, higher speed. That is the essence of this company. That is of Intel's heartbeat. But can we stop with that one? Given the needs I just outlined, we cannot. That's why we moved into the space of defining an entire system. We defined a system, and you see examples of these systems around here, behind me. These are the Ultrabooks. And if you find something that is labeled Ultrabook, that follows a certain specification. Specification goes like the height of it, right? How high is it? The specification goes into what type of security features are built in. The specification goes into how fast is that system starting. Example, I'm just opening this one, and there's for good reason I'm opening this one, which I now lost here the power, and we don't want to close that. So, this system, when I switch it on, for example, should not take longer than 7 seconds to be on. So hopefully, we are in demo mode, you never know what happened. Oh, it's already there. That was not even 7 seconds. So what you see here, by the way, on that system is an inbox, an email inbox. My email inbox, it's empty. No, that's a lie. Of course, it's not empty, but in this case, and I guess we have to fix our network piece here. In this case, it's important to know that this one is empty because I may come back to that one. Hopefully it works, cross fingers. And then let's see what I can say to that. But 7 seconds is the time this one takes to get you in. I would recommend to put the slide on back because I circle it. So we have subsumized the consumer needs I outlined before in 4 areas. Responsiveness, I just showed that one. Mobile is the other bit. You want to have this system outside, right? So it should be lightweight, it should be thin, it should be as well in a design that you can say, okay, I can identify with that one. That is very individual. Somebody likes this, somebody likes that. What it as well has is it runs at least 5 hours without a power plug. That's another element in that one. And to the connectivity, I will come back. Then it should be stylish. It should be coming in different flavors, form factors. It should be coming in different materials. Aluminum, graphite, titan, whatever. So you should have that choice. Because again, people choose that. It's a feeling when they choose it. And they should have a good feeling for that one. They should have something that is individually for themselves. And the last bit is, when we look into what people do, and just Christian said it, people put something into the cloud. They access the internet. They want to access it from everywhere. That embeds some risks. We have to recognize that. And there is some, let's say, criminal energy outside of this room. And we built into the Ultrabooks certain technologies that enable you, or enables the user, to get a more safe, more secure environment. And I will talk briefly about both of them. One is the Intel Identity Protection Technology. It protects your identity. And why is that? Imagine you are with your Ultrabook anywhere outside. So you're accessing through a wireless LAN, public wireless LAN, your eBay account, for example. And what people can either spot your screen, they can watch over your shoulder, in some way they can get your ID and your password, so your login credentials. Then they usually can go to their own notebook and get on with that one and can do whatever they want with your eBay account, which is even the most probably the least to worry about. If it is your bank account, it would be another story. So what we have done then is we have said, okay, we have to make that secure, that when you log on with that Ultrabook, you have to ensure that only that Ultrabook can get logged on with your credentials. And that's why we built in a third layer, we call that, of security. Besides your ID and your password, there's a key that gets exchanged between the Ultrabook and the eBay site. And we're enabling currently several websites to support that. That means you have an additional layer on this one. When you type in your number, or it gets created, nobody can see it. The screen is hidden. Nobody can even, if they would get your screen, they could not see it. No way. So that means this is something that is convenient because it just happens. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to install in 17 steps the software with 25 options. It's just there. You have it. We have enabled PayPal and eBay, MasterCard. Stay tuned. We have an agreement with them. There's something coming. And there are more websites coming. There are gaming websites coming as well. There are other websites coming which are using and taking advantage of Intel Identity Protection Technology. The other technology I would like to talk about is the Intel anti-theft technology. It's another scenario. You purchased your Ultrabook, you spent maybe 800, maybe 1,000 euros for that one, so that's already something you would be looking after, I would say, and you forgot it, you lost it somewhere. You go back to that place, it's no longer there. What can you do? You have your pictures on there, maybe you have private emails on there, maybe you have an Excel sheet, I know you should do that, but maybe you have an Excel sheet where you have your passwords on there. People do that from time to time. So, and you as well put it only into sleep mode. So that means it's pretty easy for somebody who has a certain level of criminal energy to get to that one. What you can do with the Intel anti-theft technology is you go, use your mobile phone, you go to a website and you send out a so-called poison pill. A poison pill does not sound nice, so it's not doing anything good to that notebook that person is trying to use. And the next time this person goes to the internet with that notebook, the notebook will be closed. And when I say closed, I mean closed. You can take out the hard drive, you can do whatever you want, you will not get to the data. No way. So what you can do additionally is you can have a message appearing on that Ultrabook, which says, if you find my Ultrabook, please call this number, there may be 100 euros waiting for you. The chance that you get back your Ultrabook is pretty high. He cannot do anything with that one, but he can earn maybe 100 euros. Okay, or whatever. So that is a good way to get that back. Then you can enable it again. So basically, again, through that website, you enable it, done. You can use your Ultrabook. So it's kind of an insurance. I see it as an insurance. And that's how Notebooks Billiger, Dixon, Start, or Dati, or Euronics see it. They sell that as an additional product to the Ultrabooks. And that is, you can have it as a 1-year insurance or 3-year insurance. Again, a very simple process, very convenient, and easy to use. And that is what we all after in that one. We have to meet the convenience levels people expect. Summarizing that, on this level, we have technologies addressing the responsiveness, besides, by the way, the processor, which is a high-performance processor in all of the Ultrabooks. There's no exception. There's a mobility aspect, and I said I want to talk about this one, and now I'm really crossing fingers that I can show you something. Again, I'm opening our Ultrabook here. Hopefully it is back then in 7 seconds, number one, and then hopefully my inbox has changed as well. And if it has changed, I will tell you why. Oh, it has changed, as it looks like. I have a number of emails. Phew. So, because the network is not as reliable as you may believe here. So, what this Ultrabook has done, it has a technology that's called Intel Smart Connect technology. And what it does, it goes into deep sleep, but in the meantime, it wakes up, and you can configure that. It wakes up and picks up your open account data. So if it is Facebook, or if it is eBay, or if it is an email account, or if it is Twitter. It does that just automatically. So, and then you open it again, you have saved a lot of battery in the meantime, you can use it for a very long time, but still have the latest information. And that is Intel Smart Connect technology. If we switch back to the other foil, it would be great. So that is another aspect besides the lightweight maybe of the machines. The connectivity element is the other bit of that one. Stylish. I will come to stylish a little bit in more detail on one of the next foils. I go through a little bit what different machines we have. Currently we have about 110 designs of Ultrabooks, so that's choice. And as I said, with that specification, you have as well a certain level of quality control built in that one. And the last bit, we talked about the protection, and that is something we will be continuing to do as well. That is the state of Ultrabook more or less today. Now, what we need to do is, we need to bring another feature to that. That is touch. And touch is coming. We will have about 20 touch designs from now to Christmas, so there's a lot of to come. And I have to wake up this one, and we have a very short demo, because there's one thing I have to mention. We saw that people who are using a normal, let's say, clamshell, that means a normal Ultrabook with a keyboard, they don't need touch. That's not true, and then we experienced that. When you do that yourself, you will find that out. There are very natural ways to bring touch and keyboard together, and I will show that very briefly in doing an email. So, and let me do a quick email, and of course, because I do not get enough of these emails, I do that this way, add a message, and then I can type my message, and then I can send it off. And you see, the interaction is very natural. That's something you would not even think about it. But now, enough of work, right? So because I don't want to do work anymore. So what I'm doing now is, I take this new form factor here, push it down, go to my videos, and of course in my free time, because now it's leisure time, I'm always watching spots, Intel spots. That always. But you see, now you can sit in a train, on a plane, or on your sofa, and you have that effect. So, that means very flexible, and you saw already one first piece of a different form factor. And that basically brings together the best of the PC and the best of the tablet. Both things together. And people tell us, I do not want to give up my keyboard. I love my keyboard. But if I can combine it with touch, that would be the ultimate piece I want to have. And that is exactly what our customers have done here. In this case, we have had Toshiba. By the way, before I used a Dell system. And with that, I guess we can take a look a little bit more on the systems, because it's a nice lead over. We have, as I said, the 110 systems. 60 of the 110 systems you can see at our booth in Hall 23. So, but let's go quickly through a few systems. Here we have a Lenovo system, very nice, but I have another Lenovo system. I jumped to that one, which is already was shown at Comdex, and that is the yoga. And the beauty of this one is, you open it, you type, you're bored, you don't want to type anymore, you want to get entertainment, then you get entertainment. Very simple. Very nice, and very different. Another different one is the ASUS one here. It looks somehow strange, doesn't it? Huh? How is that? Ah, there's a second screen. So what you can do with the Tai Chi is basically, you can imagine in business environments, you can do a presentation, you have your presentation set up there, here you're presenting in a small group. In a private life, you can penetrate your relatives with 300 pictures from your last vacation just on the table. I mean, up to you what you want to do. Then you have things like these. That's a design from an ODM, and then you have a tablet. Take it off. Now it's even, by the way, an even deeper sleep mode and power modes. So that means battery lasts even longer. Then you have something like, just put that back. We have a Samsung here, and we have another type of slider, and I just put that aside as well. It's another type of slider, you see that? That's from Sony, and it's very nice because you just push it down, done. Very stylish. I mean, it's of course always a question of your own taste, what you like, but oops, so put it up again. So that means there is so much choice available with these systems, and there is so much, from my point of view, personality in that one you can choose from. There's no dream open anymore, right? So we have addressed certain technologies, with certain technologies, things like responsiveness, like the protection, like the design, we talked about that one, and as well the pure performance. So having said that, are we satisfied with that? In an ideal world, Christian talked about that one, we want to have devices connected, devices interacting openly, nicely with each other. So what we have done is, we have done a little demo here, which allows me to use a smartphone, and I'm using the sensors of the smartphone, okay? And I'm using the processing power to fly. It's a kind of a flight simulator. And again, it's telling me there's a browser error because we don't have Wi-Fi, which I think is a problem. I would call it a problem at least. Is our Wi-Fi, is our wireless network down here locally? So we need only the wireless network, because if we don't have that, I guess niche, I have a problem with that one. Oh no, I have it. Hang on. But you have to do it the second time, it's demo, right? So hopefully, yep, that looks good. So what I'm doing now is, with my phone, if it works, maybe I have to do it again. It should work, but it doesn't. Hang on. Is it something that is happening there? Okay. But it is no fake. I guess I have to go out of this. Yep. Okay. Let me try. If we are lucky, then yes, because it looks pretty cool. And by the way, the connection I'm having here with my Ultrabook on my phone is a secure connection. So, and now I can go and fly that one a little bit, go down, and hopefully I'm not, let us see, if I go too high, I have a problem, because then I'm not allowed to fly that high as a early pilot. So, you see, I can use my phone as the control, and then now I crash it, because now we know it's over. So I use my phone to crash it. I go out. Here we go. Yep. So with that, I use the sensors here. I use the processing power there. And very nice connection. Again, secure connection, even SSL connection. As a side effect, I don't need that for gaming, but you can imagine there are other applications where you want to have that. With that, I guess I have shown you a little bit what we're doing currently. Yep, good. What we're working on, what is coming, what we expect and how we see and why we are so excited about the Ultrabook. Having said that, you have a phone call? Having said that, I have a phone in my hand. It's an Intel phone. I guess now it's time for Stefan. I have to ask Stefan to come on stage. Stefan is our General Manager, Multicom, at our Mobile Communications Group.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Nicely done. You have enough ones. I have enough ones. So, good afternoon. I'm the mobile guy. I joined Intel through the acquisition of Infineon Wireless a year and a half ago. So I'm new to the company. And I will spend a few minutes on mobile. Let me start with the market and the opportunity. And I think it's amazing. Between now and 2016, there will be 11 billion mobile devices attached with wireless technology. 9 billion phones, half of it smartphones. 300 million tablets with 3G and 4G cellular technology attached. 400 million machine-to-machine modules connecting intelligent machines, enabling services in your home, in your car, industry, new applications, and over 1 billion USB dongles and other consumer devices attached with cellular, mobile, wireless technology. Quite a lot business ahead of us. Intel's mobile strategy starts from the phone and ends in the cloud. And in between, you have the variety of connected devices like the Ultrabook, tablets, and other form factors. We have machine-to-machine, and the cloud is the host of the data. Within the past few quarters, Intel assembled and invested into technologies which are required to give best-in-class, perfect user experience. We start with imaging. We heard about the camera capabilities, and we will hear more at the end of this session. We have security, which is super important. You carry a lot of sensitive data in your mobile device. You don't want to lose it. IFA is our asset in that area. The Atom processor, certainly IA-based, Intel architecture-based, but not only that, manufacturing assets. You might have heard about some supply issues here and there. We run our own fabs. It is an ultra-important asset given the volumes we are serving here. Software, Windows Mobile, Windows 8, Android, Ice Cream Sandwich, Jelly Bean. We are partners, we are strategic partners of Microsoft and Google. The graphics performance, amazing HD video in a phone, pretty cool stuff. And wireless, from Wi-Fi, traditional Wi-Fi up to LTE, we have all those assets in the company. And we talked about battery lifetime, power management is smart power management. It's very, very important and delivers super user experience in our devices. Let me talk about the cellular part, the phones, and also tablets. We have, through the acquisition of Infineon Wireless, 2 product families we are serving different market segments. Starting from the top, the smartphones, the tablets, we call it the Slim Modem platform. The Slim Modem platform is a wireless engine which connects to the network, HSPA+, dual cell HSPA, LTE. And you can scale different application processors from low-end to high-end to create different devices without redoing the whole carrier certification. We invented that actually at the birth of the smartphones in 2003. The other market, the other product family here is what we call the SoCs, the single chip phones. One piece of silicon and a few components make a $50 to $150 entry phone. We also serve what we call value segment with those products. It integrates on silicon 2G, 3G baseband technology, RF for multiple regions, multiple SKUs, Power management, multimedia. You can't expect HD video on a $50 device, but you have certain multimedia capabilities which are satisfactory for the consumer. Connectivity, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, monolithically integrated, and certainly software and protocol stack. Coming to the tablets. Windows 8 is close to launch, and we have a few very, very amazing partnerships and customers with our technology on Windows 8. If you look at the showcase here, all those devices are Clover Trail based, and that one is my favorite, super slim. It will go on sale with the launch of Windows 8. Lightweight cylinder oval device with Clover Trail. All those devices have different wireless technologies. Wi-Fi as a minimum and up to LTE in future. From tablets to phones, we announced quite a few partnerships in the past. You are very aware that Intel started the phone business recently and products hit the market. In September last year, we announced a partnership with Google for Android on IA, hardware and software concurrently engineered for best user experience. At Consumer Electronics Show in February this year, we announced partnership with Lenovo and Motorola. They're building new exciting devices around our Netfield platform. And at Mobile World Congress, I think CES was in January, Mobile World Congress in February, we announced new partnership with Orange, ZTE, and Lava, as well as with Visa for wireless mobile payments.
Julia, will you be announcing anything new today?
Yes. Are you bored? You know all that. I hope the rest of the audience is a little more excited. Those are the phones you heard about. The Solo 900 from Lava was launched in India in April, Lenovo in May for China, Orange in June for UK and France, and last week we announced a deal with Megaphone, the second largest Russian operator for the so-called Mint device for Russia.